What's going on, guys? MakerMods here, back at it again with another new video. Today we're going to be looking at this mouse. It's the Pwnage Ultra Custom. And I did something a little cool, a little crazy, a little different to it, so I just wanted to show that off. And wow, my hands look really big in this footage. That's very odd. Maybe I'll have to zoom out a little bit on this cam. And you can see all the other crap I got on my desk. But anyways, so this is the Pwnage Ultra Custom. If you've never heard of this mouse, it's a wireless gaming mouse. It's about $100, and they pretty much seem to always be on sale. This is the third batch revision of it, and I know in the first revision or two there was some quality control concerns with like creaking and weird flexing. But by revision 3, which is this one, I think they've kind of ironed everything out. I've been really pleased with this mouse. Pleased enough that I have two. This is gutted, another one. Now I found this guy on Reddit who was able to make hot swappable mouse. Now he did a hot swappable G Pro wireless, but even after the hot swap, you needed to remove like 18 screws in order to get to the mouse itself. So that seems a little counterintuitive. You do hot swap so that you can do, switch your mouse or switches out as quickly as possible, but having to remove a bunch of screws before you can do that in any event seemed really odd. And so I realized when I looked at this mouse that it was probably a little easier to do, and I'll show you why. So this mouse is designed to be toolless, which means that this plate, it just comes off. It's held together by some magnets, right? And even the clickers, you can just pull it off. Now they initially designed this to be removable so that you could put a bunch of different colors on it, right? Like see here we have the pink outer shell. There we go. Now we got a pink mouse. I've literally never used that. Or, here we've got an orange mouse in the true MakerMod spirit. If you like honeycomb, if honeycomb's your thing, you got the honeycomb mouse. Right? Or you got even orange honeycomb and so on and so forth, right? Obviously, this is a white base with a black top. I kind of just modded them out differently. And so yeah, essentially you have a whole bunch of different face plates and things like that you can use to swap on. But what I thought was, wait, why don't we make this hot swappable? And I got the idea when I swapped out the switches on this copy of my mouse. It comes with stock Omron Chinese switches that are used in a lot of other Logitech and Razer mice. But I swapped these out to the Kyle 4.0, if you can see that. And when I was doing so, I realized that it would be really easy to gain access to these switches if I ever wanted to change them out again. And so enter my second mouse. I bought another one because I figured I would probably destroy the PCB, while doing these mods. And unbelievably, I didn't destroy anything. And so let me show you how easy it is to swap the switches out on this mouse. All you do is pull up here, and you can see it's already coming off. There's two click tabs, one here and one on the other side, and the whole thing just comes off. And now we're ready. So these are some TTC golds. I just gently take them out. Swap them for, say, some, let's go with 4.0s or Kyle GM 2.0s. So right now it's got the Kyle GM 4.0 switches. We'll throw some GM 2.0 switches in. Super easy because of the Milmax sockets. Now I did have to countersink them. I had originally recorded myself in the whole process of doing this, but basically I lost all that footage, and so I was really bummed. It actually kind of made me, uh, I don't know, it was weird. I got really depressed, and then I just didn't really have any motivation to make videos for a couple days. But one of my buddies, he really recommended, like, hey, don't let that get you down. And so here's the GM 2.0s. You can't see my screen right now, but it's working perfectly fine on both left and right click. Right, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, just overall, I mean, I've got a whole bunch of different switches. These are Honeywell switches, and one issue I noticed, these are supposed to be like among the lightest switches that you can swap out in a mouse, but the legs are crooked. The legs are a little bent, and so what I'm gonna have to do is use some pliers and straighten them out. Now we're doing this together. I have never tried using these switches in my mouse, so I guess for science. Oh, and real quick, guys, if you guys have really made it this far, I want to say thanks, and also sorry for the colors and stuff being a little odd in my video. Um, I started trying to use like log footage because I wanted it to look better, but I'm still learning, and I think a lot of the video was probably underexposed. So we'll see how it looks in post. I don't actually know yet how it's going to look in post, but let's see if that works there. So that would lead me to believe that maybe I did a bad soldering job. So I'll have to tear it all down, take a look, but yeah, nothing. I mean, it clicks fine, but there's something wrong with the solder. So let's tear it down. I'll show you guys kind of how easy it is to disassemble this thing. So maybe this was a blessing in disguise. Oh, but as I was saying, yeah. So I've disassembled this thing several times. I've tried to fix the solder joints on it. Um, the issue at first was that this was not flush. It wasn't countersunk good enough, and so when I tried to put everything together, it basically wasn't clicking well because there was a slight bump, and we're talking like tenths of a millimeter. Even that was kind of not allowing the switch to click well. It was getting stuck, kind of like we saw in the video. I'll try to show an example of it. Okay, so yeah, it's not looking like there was the greatest contact. So I'm going to try to fix that right now. So while we wait for my soldering iron to warm up, just wanted to say thanks a lot, guys, for sticking with me through all of this. I know my videos can be a little meandering sometimes, but I really appreciate all the support you guys have been showing me. If you guys have any questions or suggestions for more videos, feel free to leave it in the comments below. And right now, let's try to fix this thing. Now it's working just fine, which is pretty awesome. So I'm going to put the screws back in. Looks like it was just a cold joint that had kind of broken off as I was inserting the switch. And one thing that I noticed about soldering these Milmax sockets in is I'm definitely not the best solderer in the world. And they warn you repeatedly not to get solder in the socket because then it kind of renders it useless. But in doing, I was so worried about doing so, and the solder kind of melts so quickly that it's almost impossible, at least for me, to not have like this huge glob of solder just forming on the around the socket. And I think I'm so worried about making sure that the solder doesn't go in or that get over applied that it's hard for me to make sure that there's like a good connection on both sides. But anyways, so here it is. This is with the Honeywells. They're really light. I think I like these really a lot actually. I suck. Click, click, click. Oh, it doesn't work because we're terrible. But anyways. So there you have it, guys, my quick review of the hot swapped Pwnage Ultra Custom. Let me know if you guys have any questions about the procedure. If you guys want to see me do it again, I do have my other, Pwnage that I can do it to. But yeah, guys, I really love this mouse. Do I think it's worth doing? Absolutely. I think it makes this mouse really cool. These switches are cheap on AliExpress and it just gives it a whole new flavor. I'm really enjoying the Honeywell switches. Doesn't help me at all with my games, obviously. I still suck, but the feel and the responsiveness is really, really enjoyable. And so it's really cool. It doesn't take too long. It's not that difficult. Just it is a little nerve wracking, and you do need some Torx Torx drivers if you don't have them already. But other than that, I really really enjoy this mouse, and I think it's really kicked it up a notch in terms of just my enjoyment factor, I guess, my enjoyability. So yeah, it's really really quick and easy mod to do. So I really recommend it to any of you guys. Thanks for watching to the end. If you made it this far, guys, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you hated it, you know what to do as well. I'm Maker Mods. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next video.